Good morning, student. Let us revise our chapter 2 topic principles given by F.W. Taylor. Before coming to the principle, let us throw some light about his background. His full name was Frederick Winslow, Winslow Taylor, that is F.W. Taylor. His lifespan was 1856 to 1915, and he was a American mechanical engineer, and in 1874 he became a apprentice machinist and rose to the position of chief engineer. This was his journey of career, and he was a chief engineer in Bethlehem Steel Company, that is in USA. And during his career of 26 years, he experimented with his ideas and made significant contributions to the management theory. And what was his contribution? He given the emphasis to increase the efficiency of the workers, and his principles was based on operational level of management, that is at shop level. And he was the first one to emphasize the importance of scientific approach managing an enterprise instead of hit and trial method. And Taylor's major contribution was his two important books. First was Shop Management, and second one was Principle of Scientific Management, which were published in 1903 and 1911 respectively. And he is, because of his contribution, he is well known as a father of scientific management. So while going through his background, the important point that should be uh, keep in mind that his educational background was a mechanical engineer. He belongs to USA, and his main contribution was to uh, reshaping the factory system of production, though his main focus was to give or to increase the efficiency of the workers who are working at operational or lower level of management. Now come to the principle given by F.W. Taylor. Mainly he has given us a four principle, that is, first is science, not rule of thumb. Second is harmony, not discord. Third, cooperation, not individualism. And fourth, development of workers to their greatest efficiency and prosperity. So let us revise once again what is the purpose of giving these principles, like science, not rule of thumb. According to him, there should be a scientific study and analysis of each element of a job in order to replace the old rule of thumb approach or hit and trial method. Like, for example, there should be a standard time or standard methods for doing a task must be scientifically analyzed, that what should be the standard time to complete a particular job, or what should be the standard method. Not should, and it should not be based on estimate that it may or may not, and past experience or hit or trial method, because time to time the situation is changing, the way of doing method is also changing, so it should be experimentally tested and analyzed, then only the standard time as standard method should be implemented, not on the basis of the past experience. So this was his main focus, that we should work scientifically, not on hit or trial method. Secondly, harmony, not discord. Here, under this principle, he given the emphasis that there should not be a conflict. Uh, Everyone should help each other, and there should be a complete harmony and proper understanding between management and workers, and they should work together for organizational goals. Like, for example, instead of fighting over distribution of profit, they must focus attention on increasing it. For this, workers should work hard to raise the profits, and management should share the increased profit with workers. So, their emphasis is given that all the activities should be undertaken to increase the productivity and overall increase the profitability of the concern. That is, there should he stress on mental revaluation. What do you mean by mental revaluation? That is complete change in their mental outlook. That is, both should give up their attitude of opposition and enmities towards each other and should have a positive feeling for each other. Means both are equally important. Both here refers to management and workers are equally important for the success, for the achievement of the goal, and the return given by the organization should evenly be distributed among the both the group management as well as worker. Each trade union will not think of going on strike. Instead of going on strike, they should give their best effort to increase the productivity and overall helps in achieving the organizational goals. So this is what his main emphasis, that there should be a harmony, not the conflict among the management and workers. That is, they should work all together. Have you understood? This is what the meaning of the principle harmony, not discord. And that same principle is extended in third principle, that is cooperation, not individualism. Means, according to this principle, there should be a cooperation between management and workers instead of individualism. Like, for example, management can involve workers in determining the work standard. So, whatever the standard time, before fixing any standard time, a management should consult to the worker that what should be the time to complete the particular task, and what will happen if this type of environment is there in the organization. It will increase the involvement of workers and they will perform more efficiently. That is, he given the emphasis that there should be almost equal division of work and responsibility between workers and management, and they should be involved in decision making activities. So there should be a cooperation. By cooperating with the management and the workers, ultimately the goal of the organizations can be achieved. So this is just the extension of the second principle, harmony, not discord, that is cooperation, not individualism. Here, cooperation between management and worker instead of individualism, that manager should not think that because of his effort only the organization's goal is achieved. This is the contribution of whole group that leads to achieve the goal of the organization. Now, the fourth principle given by F.W. Taylor is development of workers to their greatest efficiency and prosperity. What do you mean by this principle? According to this principle, management should aim to develop workers to their greatest efficiency and prosperity. See, any of the worker is selected by various selection process, and every organization should follow a scientific system of selection. The selected workers should be assigned job as per their physical, mental, and intellectual capabilities. And time to time, to increase the efficiency and to achieve the maximum potential of workers, they should be provided scientific training, and this will ensure that their greatest efficiency and prosperity for both company and workers. Like for example, nowadays companies send their employees to attend seminars of eminent management experts for mental growth of the employees. So time to time, if to increase the efficiency of the workers, they should be given proper training, and training leads to increase the knowledge and efficiency of the workers. He will be specialized in doing that particular work, and that leads to ultimately promotion of the employees, and ultimately overall improvement or development of the employees. That training leads to the development of the employees. So there should be a proper environment to give to develop the workers working in the organizations, and that ultimately leads to the prosperity. How prosperity will be possible? Just being a trend employee, he will get the promotion, and with the promotion there will be an increment of salary, standard of living, other facilities provided by the organization. So this is what the four principle given by F.W. Taylor. That is science, not rule of thumb. As I already explained, don't apply hit and trial method. Whatever method you are applying, that should be scientifically analyzed. And second is, there is a harmony between management and workers, not the conflict. And again, the cooperation, not individualism, that all the efforts, all the success depends upon the group of the workers, not the individual manager. So this credit goes to whole group. And then is development of workers to their greatest efficiency and prosperity. So this is what we have discussed. After discussing the principle of Henry Fayol and F.W. Taylor, let us compare their principles. See, here we are comparing with the principle of Henry Fayol with the F.W. Taylor one by one. First is prospective. Fayol principles were developed from the perspective of top level, that is to increase the efficiency of the manager, whereas Taylor gave the principle and techniques keeping in mind the lower level, that is to increase the efficiency of workers at operational level. Second is unity of command. In case of Henry Fayol, it is strictly followed. As we have discussed, unity of command refers to there should be a one boss to give the order and instructions. Whereas in case of F.W. Taylor, we have studied the functional foremanship. He did not follow this principle, and instead of functional foremanship, in functional foremanship there are 8 bosses. They are giving the order and instructions to the workers. Next is applicability. Fayol principles are universally applicable as they are more flexible, whereas Taylor's techniques are less flexible and can be applied only in specialized situation, and this is especially in the manufacturing unit. If there the factory concept is there only his principle is applicable, whereas Basis of formation, that is fuel principle, was based on personal experiences, whereas Taylor's work is based on observation and experiment, that is continuous observation on the movement of the workers, then experimentations taken place, then only these four principles are developed by F.W. Taylor. Focus, he mainly focused, fuel mainly focus on improving the overall administration of the organization, how to manage the organization. And here Taylor focused on increasing the productivity of the workers. Personality, as you know well, Fuel was known as a father of general management, and Taylor was a scientist and is well known as a father of scientific management. And next is expression, he expressed as general theory of administration, and he expressed as scientific management. Human element, Fuel gave importance to human element in principles like equity, that equal treatment should be there, initiative, given chance to the workers to participate in decision making process, and there should be a stability of personnel, whereas Taylor gave more importance to increase the production as compared to human element. Next is emphasis, he emphasized on principle and theory of general administration and also the function of manager, whereas he laid greater emphasis on standardization of work and tools. So that we will discuss the various, already we have discussed, but once again we will revise the various techniques given by F.W. Taylor, and there is a greatest emphasis on how the work should be executed by you applying the various techniques. So these all are the comparison of principles given by Henry Fuel and F.W. Taylor. So while comparing the principles of Henry Fuel and F.W. Taylor, now we can understand, so what was the main emphasis of Fuel and what was the main emphasis of F.W. Taylor. So you must be very thorough with the principles given by both the personalities, Henry Fuel and F.W. Taylor. So 14 principle, as we have already discussed, that is given by Henry Fuel, and 4 principle just now we have discussed given by F.W. Taylor. So correct meaning in the correct sense with proper example, you just try to understand, and this MCQ questions asked based on this topic will be asked so that you can correctly give the answer. As I already sent MCQ pattern questions to you, please go through it, solve it, then only you can perform well in your unit test. So this is all about this topic. Thank you so much and take care.